Coming up on Mountain News this morning, a fire in an Eastern Kentucky transportation garage leaves several vehicles destroyed or damaged, and one man in our region uses his story of recovery to help others who are fighting drug addiction.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. It's just before 5 o'clock on this Monday morning, and boy, does it feel like the weekend flew by. But I know who had a great weekend this morning was Brandon Robinson. Brandon, it never fails when you're on call. The world just ends up, I don't even know, but
yeah.
But you didn't have to call me, but you did text me and say you're going to be on standby.
But be on standby for something.
I never left.
Yeah, exactly.
And then, we had that fire that happened Saturday. Thankfully, nobody was hurt.
Right.
And I woke up to it on Facebook, and I was going to text you about it, but I was like, I'm just going to leave him alone before I get myself called in. So
there you go. There you go. But yeah, we had an active weekend, as you'll soon see here in just a little bit. But the weather, thankfully, is calm today. Get out there and enjoy it. Some dense fog this morning in spots. Otherwise, not too bad. Let's take a look at our London camera along I-75. Traffic picking up just a little bit there this morning. Not too bad as you head out the door this morning. 60 in Pikeville, but on the other end of the scale, looks like we've got 47 in Monticello. I'm double checking right now, scanning real quick to make sure there's another Clintwood too, 47. So those are the coolest spots in the region. Pikeville at 60 is the warmest spot in the region. Now we have to watch dew points today because we're going to get close to 80. We're in that time of the year where those will start to go up. So we're going to start showing you these every so often again. We're in the 50-degree range there right now, which is refreshing. But as you get the sun up and the heat starts to build in, again, those are going to go up slightly today. Of course, it's Monday, so it's a normal day on the coffee meter, but you'll need a little extra just because it's Monday. I've already got mine sitting out the door there ready to go here in just a minute. And as we go into the breakfast forecast, we are going to be seeing some nice temperatures, especially later today. But the good thing is sunshine as we head deeper into the morning, and it's going to be a beautiful day. Enjoy it because rain chances are just around the corner. More on that here in just a little bit. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you. Our Laurel County deputies are investigating after an incident Saturday morning left one man dead. Deputies say just after 10 a.m. they arrived at a home off Laurel River Road where they found 37-year-old Jacob Laxton with a gunshot wound to his thigh. Police say he was receiving first aid from several people. He was taken to a hospital but did not survive. During the investigation, deputies discovered a domestic violence situation led to the shooting. Now, we're told a woman was the alleged shooter, but she was not identified. Police say they will likely take the case to a grand jury at a later date. Crews responded to a fire at the Floyd County Schools transportation garage during the weekend. Calls started coming in at around 10:30 Saturday night about a fire at the garage. Officials say 2 buses were destroyed, 2 work trucks were damaged, and Floyd County Schools' STEM bus was damaged. Floyd County Schools Chief of Transportation Joe Marson says work will continue as normal, but may be a bit more difficult because of additional damage to the garage's structure.
We'll probably be housed in a different location where duties will be performed as normal, and we'll be able to go on temporarily until something permanent is worked out.
Well, leaders say despite the fire, schools will remain on a regular schedule today. It was a close call for people living in the high-rise apartment building in Harlan County. The Harlan City Fire Chief was alerted of the fire around 8 o'clock Friday night. After crews worked the scene, they learned the fire started in a bedroom on the 6th floor.
The extension office opened the depot, so we were able to park inside the depot and get water and coffee, and people that were displaced, they had a place to talk to Red Cross so that they could be rehoused. But the only rehousing we had to do was the occupants of that apartment. Everybody else was able to go back in.
Well, officials say there were no fatalities, but the occupant of the apartment where the fire began is being treated for first-degree burns. Well, the fire chief says this is an ongoing investigation, and with the help of the state fire marshal, they should know more about what caused the fire later this week. One man in our region is using his own story of recovery from addiction to help others. Recovery addict and Corbin native Mike St. John hosted the first St. John Live Hometown Hope event in Corbin on National Drug Take Back Day, offering various resources and testimonies of recovery to those who might need it.
We can't do this alone. You know, nobody's better than each other, man, but it takes a whole team of resources and examples like us to show there's hope after dope.
Well, St. John says he has other events like this in the works, but can't reveal details just yet. People in Lexington also took part in National Prescription Drug Take Back Day during the weekend. A steady stream of cars drove through the drop-off line at Kentucky American Water. Now, they handed off bagfuls of pills to volunteers. The prescription drugs will be incinerated at a off-site location. Students from UK College of Pharmacy, Fayette County Sheriff's deputies, Lexington police officers, and DEA agents were on site. They said the point of the event is to keep drugs from falling into the wrong hands. Organizers said they encourage families to have conversations about drugs.
Drug misuse, whether it's medication or street drugs, has no place in their homes or their families. I think it's important that children hear that and have that in the, in the back of their mind, so they have something to fall back on when that opportunity or peer pressure, temptation, comes about.
The next Drug Take Back Day will happen in the fall. Last week marked National Infant Immunization Week, but healthcare providers are continuing to remind parents of the importance of keeping their kids up to date on their vaccinations. Scott Lockard with the Kentucky River District Health Department says child immunizations decreased during the pandemic due to multiple reasons, like people not wanting to go to the doctor in fear of contracting COVID, or because many healthcare professionals were busy responding to COVID-related issues.
So it's now a perfect time to talk to your pediatrician about, were there any immunizations that you missed on the periodicity schedule? Go ahead, get caught up on those childhood immunizations.
Well, he adds, with the misinformation that's out there regarding different vaccines, it's important to talk to your child's pediatrician or your family physician about any questions you have. Well, thank you so much for getting your Monday morning started with us here on Mountain News This Morning. When we come back, a forest fire at a Massachusetts reservation poses a threat to several species in danger of going extinct.
We're starting this Monday off on a dry note, but enjoy it while it lasts, because it will not last. I'll have a back and forth forecast in about 3 minutes.